Hello everyone. Hope you're doing well. An interesting thing happened today. After I finished an appointment, I stopped somewhere and looked at my cell phone, and there was a indication that there was an activity on my Facebook page. So I clicked it. Sometimes these buttons appear. I don't often see them. And there it was, 50 or 60 messages that I had never seen. And they were from 2014, 2015, many months ago in 2016. And so I was kind of rather disappointed because I would like to respond to the friends that they reach out and try to help them as expediently as possible. But this one seemed like, my goodness, I have neglected all these people to respond to them. So I quickly, one by one, as I was sitting in my car, parked somewhere, I responded to every one of them. And many of them were expressing their devastation, their sadness. They're going through depression. The breakup has caused them depression. They're very sad. They want to hurt themselves. They don't want to do something crazy. They need my help. They want me to respond to them. So I was actually quite saddened by the fact that I never saw these messages and I didn't have a chance to help them, and I hope that they're all okay and so forth. So quickly I went through and responded to each one of the concerns appropriately, according to their concerns, and lo and behold, they each were kind enough to respond and thank me for the response. But some of them actually said, "I don't even remember having written you," until of course I sent them a copy of what they had said. They said, "Oh, now I remember." So the moral of the story is, as devastating and serious and urgent that it all sounded like when they had sent the message, none of them cared right now, because they had all overcame the problem and they were all fine with it now. Which means what I've always been telling you, that things will all be okay and changed, and what you're going through is not permanent. It's just a wave in the ocean of life, and it will all come to calm and come to be where you want it to be and feel good and happy again. Just understand this is a learning curve. This is just a simple change of a weather, and it will again come back to the same season or the same kind of weather. So time will actually change everything, because you have a mechanism to be able to take all these devastations, so-called, and you'll be all fine. As many of these old messages that I received today, each one of them seemed like it's a devastation, end of the world for them. But they all, a year or two after, when I got the chance to respond to them, they all seemed fine, and some of them didn't even remember. So which means you too, as I have always mentioned, will, if you give it a chance and continuously do what you're supposed to be doing in your daily life as usual, don't let the opportunities pass you by, don't the things to get messed up, your studies, your projects, your work and all that, keep doing them, because this matter will pass, will be resolved in your mind. Whether she or he comes back to you or not, that's beside the point. The fact is that it will all be okay again, one way or another. You will move on, find somebody better or nicer, more suitable to you, or you will just simply don't give a damn anymore after a while. Either way, it will all be fine, and is not as devastating as you think it is right now, as you're in it. And this example that I just told you about what happened today attests to that when the time passes, all of you handle every one of them as devastating as it may have seemed like when you were facing with it at the outset. So all that that you were saying at the time that I want to kill myself, I want to do this and do that, you can see that when the time passed, every one of them are fine. And you will too. And you were going to actually do something crazy and be depressed and be sad and stop your work or your normal way of living, your studies and your interactions, your sports activities, your fitness, taking care of yourself, your health. Or some of you say crazy things such, I'm going to kill myself. You were going to do all that just because something that happened to you, which we all just saw, as the time passes, 6 months, a year, or a few months later, you didn't even care, you didn't even remember. So the fact that it would all be okay, but at the time that it happened, you give it so much importance and urgency that you're willing to harm yourself, kill yourself, or talk nonsense like these sort of things. So learn from this, that what I just talked to you about. This was a simple, like a sample group test. It came through 50, 65. Every one of them were fine right now. They're all recovered or on their way to recover. They were not as devastated as when they wrote those comments and texts that they sent me. It is like you think the girl who left you, or if you're a lady, the boy who left you, the man who left you, the woman who left you, is actually the God-sent figure that is going to define your living, your worth, and your purpose to be in this life. As if you need that person to affirm your existence, that you're alive or you have the right to be alive. Like if you didn't know you have the right to be alive. Like if it wasn't apparent to you that you are one of the chosen ones to be alive in this world. It's like if you're riding a bicycle and you still say, somebody tell me that I'm riding a bicycle so I know that I'm riding a bicycle. How stupid is that? You're alive. You already confirmed and affirmed that you have the right to be in this world, and you're living and you're alive and have all the ingredients to be happy and enjoy your life. You don't need, and you're valuable, worthy. You don't need the affirmation of some girl or some boy to tell you that I love you, so now you feel I'm worthy because she loves me. Who the heck is she? He loves me. Who the heck is he? How were they happen to be in this life? Were they just placed here? They didn't come out of their mother's womb. Only you did. So you are in need of affirmation to see that you're worthy, but they don't, because they are God's, and you are hanging on them to affirm you, to tell you that you're okay by them, giving you their emotion and affection. Therefore, you feel whole. Otherwise, you don't realize and understand that you are a complete human being with a life which is comprised of so many different fragments, and yet you think her or him is the only part or way for you to know that you're whole, and that is the whole of life, that person in your life. And because she's not in your life anymore, therefore the whole life is disappeared. Not that it was just a fragment of your life. Relationship is a fragment of your life. It's lovely, it's wonderful, but there's so many of them. If this doesn't work, there's another one. For God's sake, a car has 4 tires. An 18-wheeler truck has 18. If 5 or 6 or 7 of these tires blow up, it still carries on the weight until it gets to the station and change the tires. And you guys have so many things going for you. We all have in life, yet we think only the relationship is what makes our life become apparent that we are alive and we're living and we're worthy. From what? From another person who is just like ourselves, has shortcomings and needs to be affirmed by somebody else, but we think we need her affirmation because she's a god or he's a god. This is nonsense. This is putting yourself down and not realizing your whole potential and importance of being in this world. Not realizing the fact that you are already winner, a chosen one, to be on this earth. We've discussed this before. Every time a man and a woman get involved in procreation, there's over 300 million sperms that is produced. And out of those 300 million, only one gets to reach where it's supposed to swim to and together make a human being. And you are that one. One out of 300 million. And you're still waiting for somebody else to affirm you that you're lucky because I am with you. And now she's gone and with somebody else. And suddenly your whole life is devastated as you cannot see what has gone to work to bring you to this world. And yet you think your whole worth, your whole life's worth is if she is with you. And now that she's gone, therefore the whole thing is gone. The whole life is gone. Can't you not realize the importance of your life? If you cannot see the importance of your life, you cannot ever feel important no matter who comes to your life, is in your life, or is your girlfriend or your boyfriend. If you cannot see how important you are, everything else seems important to you. And when they leave you, you think they were more important than you, therefore you now have missed something and you're not as important anymore because they were the reason for your importance. But the reason for your importance is all these things that we just talked about, plus what you make out of yourself in this life. Alone, on yourself, by yourself. Develop yourself, learn things, accomplish things, make yourself to feel you're somebody, and then you won't be needy of somebody else to be in your life for you to feel you're somebody. When they leave, leave. So many beautiful women in this world, so many eligible, suitable young men in this world that depending on what your interests are, you may simply find possibilities and get to know each other and build a relationship. Just do justice to the chance that you have in this life to be here, accomplish something, know yourself, build something out of yourself. Don't expect others to give you your values. Your value is within yourself. Your happiness is within yourself. Don't expect somebody else to come to your life and make you happy. Be happy first and then choose according to what you think is suitable for you, not according to, oh, if I have that, I'll be happy. It's like going to a toy store. Oh, if I have that, I'll be happy. If I have that, I'll be happy. But for how long? Why would you want to have that? Do you know why you want that toy for? Or is it just a toy? Or you have reasons that you really need this. But if you're really happy and you know how to, have a good time, enjoy yourself, learn things, experience life, then you wouldn't need things to be happy. You're happy already. And if you find a nice toy, you will be happier or you will enjoy more. You see, we're all about pain and pleasure. The only thing that really, out of the, from the outset, in a short-term relationship that you really haven't built a long-term life with her, is the fact that you're receiving a certain amount of pleasure. Because we all function based on pain and pleasure. And being in a relationship, beside many other things that you think it does for you, but really, mainly, it brings you pleasure. It tickles your pleasure center. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel psychologically satisfied. Makes you feel the pleasure of intimacy, the love, the togetherness, that feeling, that emotion. All that emotion is helped to be generated. All that emotion comes alive in you. So it's just a catalyst that makes what is already inside you, which wants to be feeling the pleasure, which wants to feel alive, that becomes alive because a catalyst comes into your life. Not because that thing is actually the pleasure itself. You have the ingredients of feel and sense pleasure inside you. For the catalyst, if this doesn't work, you go and find someone else. So what you really lose in a relationship that is not working is that you remember the pleasure that you were receiving, physical pleasures or psychological pleasures. Otherwise, nothing else. It's not building your life. It's not giving you worth. It's not, paying your rent. It's not making your projects come together. It's not helping you to really invent something or accomplish something or learn something or discover something. All of that can be done by you. But what it does, it makes you feel happy, pleasure, because all those feelings that can make you happy and give you pleasure, make you feel pleasure, is inside you. Whatever comes out that makes you feel those things is a catalyst, not the reason for you to feel good. It's a catalyst that triggers what you're already programmed to respond to and be feeling happy and feel the pleasure. So if it's just really that, you can always find someone else that suits your needs and finds compatibility with you, and you can be happy with the next person. And don't think these are also devastating times. As you could see at the beginning of this video, I said every one of them who wrote me 2 years ago or a year ago, they hardly even remembered they even needed help. So watch the videos and take good care of yourself. You'll all be fine. These will all pass. As devastating as it may sound, it is only the fact that you are denied of certain kind of a pleasure and intimacy, and the fact that you have some psychological security that you established with this person, but you can always do it again, because all the ingredients to create all that feeling and psychological security and pleasure and all that is still in you. It hasn't left you. That person has. But these ingredients and programs and conditionings and things that you that makes you feel all these good things is still within you. That gene is here. That is what makes you happy and pleasured, not the person. Find another person and go on, live your life happy. I hope this was something for you to think about. I talk to you soon.